All right, Shalom. First off, give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the honest to the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to
One
the elect,
time, we had a
all the
blackout
brothers
and I got
across the
stuck in the
four
tunnel.
corners who are enduring, and truth and sincerity, and the women and
I
children
had to
who
use my
follow.
phone for light.
You
So
just
I wanted
described my
to do a
worst nightmare
movie
to me.
review on this movie. It's actually on Netflix. It's called Bushwick.
All metro
As you can
services
see from the
canceled.
trailer,
This is an emergency.
it's basically martial law
Where
taking
did they
place.
go?
And right now, it's
know.
in New York. As well, the movie
Please move
it's
to the nearest
going on
exit.
in the country.
Where are you
So
going?
you have some southern states
I'll be right back,
that
okay?
No.
basically seceded from the Union in the Civil War. So martial law is declared, and it's actually a real good one. I advise all brothers to go and check this movie out. At this point, it shows a lot of the things that the men of the Lord have been saying is gonna happen in that day. It shows how women are gonna be in that day. They're gonna need, guidance of a man. It shows basically how it's gonna be, because when the army shall come in like a flood,
Can you tell me
it
your name?
says
Lucy.
then the standard of the Lord shall
Please don't leave me here.
the Lord shall lift up a standard against them. We're gonna be that standard, but it shows the army
There's
coming
like a
in
whole army
like
that's
a
just
flood,
killing people.
so to speak.
Not just here, everywhere.
But I'm gonna get this precept real quick, which is Daniel
The
chapter
terrorists?
12, verse 1.
This is more tactical.
It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince will stand
You
before
want
the
back at
judgment
a
of the
time.
people. And there shall be a time of trouble, because never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Now that time is talking about Jacob's trouble. Okay? And what we're looking forward to, like I said, a time they never been before. And it's never going to come after this. So this isn't something that you can just, wake up in and, be prepared for. There is no training for this. On this end, of course, you got Esau. They're training right now to come in like that flood. But there's no real training that you can go through to prepare yourself for Jacob's trouble. Now mentally, you can prepare yourself. You can get your spirit right. Ultimately, you got to get right with Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and He's gonna delegate whether you make it through this or not. It said at that time thy people shall be delivered. Okay, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for salvation to get out of this piece. Okay, to get out of this concentration camp called America. Okay, so I want to get this next scripture, which is 2nd Ezra chapter 15. I'm gonna start at verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." Woe means destruction. So destruction is coming to this place. In this sense, we're talking about the martial law, the how it's gonna be, when police turn in their badges, or it's mass chaos, people running in the stores getting goods and whatnot. There's gonna be a destruction to this place called America. It says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands." And it shows that a little bit too, because you had black people sticking with black people, and pretty much white people was rocking with white people. Even though they did kind of mix it up in the movie, but it still showed it. I ain't gonna give too many spoilers on the movie. You got to check it out yourself, but it definitely gets in on the topic. It says, uh, "For there should be sedition among men and invading one another." So that sedition among men, you know, hold on, let me get a little bit more into it. It says, "And they shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of the action shall stand in their power." So that's them not obeying the authority. That's what a whole uprising is about. That's what in this case, civil war. they're going against the government. Okay? And, a kingdom divided against itself shall not stand. And this kingdom is not going to stand, man. It's going to be destroyed in the Third World War by nuclear fire. That says the Bible. And it says, they should not regard the kings nor princes. They're not going to listen to, your local mayor or your senator, your governor, the House representatives, the president, the police chief. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? And that day, only thing that's gonna matter is you saving your own ass. That's what we got to look forward to, man. Because in that day, like I said, the Lord is gonna lift up a standard against them, and the true believers are gonna be found out in that day. They're the ones that are gonna be protected. It says, "And a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." That's martial law. Okay, that's them blocking off the interstates, blocking off all the exits from the city, and nobody's getting in and nobody's getting out. That's them with Humvees lined up on every corner, going house to house, and they do that in this movie. They go house to house and they laying niggas down. They trained to kill, and it only takes place. The main movie takes place in one little area in New York, but this is what's gonna be nationwide. This movie, like I said, man, it's a real good movie. Any brother in the truth, I definitely suggest that they watch this movie. It says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." You seen men running scared like little girls in this movie, man. Yeah, some people was fighting. You had a lot of people fighting, but they were brought down by superior weapons. But the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. We spiritual men. So we're gonna have a spiritual power fighting for us. Any abilities or spiritual power that's bestowed upon us is gonna be through the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, we ain't doing nothing by ourselves. We put all our trust in the Lord, and that's what's gonna get us out this situation. That's the difference between us and the 2/3 and the heathen. It says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." Yeah, man. Your neighbor. You can't trust your neighbor in that day, because at the end of the day, they want to eat just like you do. They want to survive just like you do. Okay. It shows women finna get raped. Okay. It shows clueless motherfuckers that don't have nothing. No idea on what's going on, and then they just thrown into the fire. So, man, like I said, it's an excellent movie. I definitely suggest any of you brothers to go check it out. Like I said, it's on Netflix. So, get to it. And with that being said, I hope you brother was edified, and just keep pushing forward, man. We almost out of here. Prophecies coming to pass daily. Just keep reading, watching, praying, and be diligent in this. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, the honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, and the women and children who follow. Shalom.
I don't know how to use a gun.
You look down the barrel. You line up with sight. And not until you're ready. You put your finger on the trigger and you shoot.
Where'd everybody go?
What the hell is going on?
Oh, God.
Are you okay? Can you tell me your name?
Lucy.
Why are you in Bushwick?
I live here. There's like a whole army out there that's just killing people. Do you know what's going on?
They declared martial law. Not just here, everywhere.
Oh.
I need you to help me.
I can't do this.
5 seconds, okay?
1, 2.
was recently intercepted by government officials.
Texas is seceding from the United States. We didn't anticipate so much resistance.
They think we won't fight back?
There were supposed to be so many guns.
Welcome to New York, stupid motherfucker.
Some people know better than to stick around in a war zone. Helicopters, tanks. You don't remember the 70s.
The U.S. Army is evacuating people out here. We can get out of here.
It's our neighborhood.
My boys are tough.
We need to stick together, but we need to go now. We're not gonna make it, are we?
Make it one block at a time.